We are back with North Carolina DMV Commissioner Wayne Goodwin, and we're taking your questions. The number is at the bottom of your screen. All right, here we go. Will we ever be able to securely upload documents online to process name changes on our IDs?
That is a function that we are actively looking into. It is part of our near future modernization efforts, so stay tuned for that.
Okay. Why are some of the DMVs seeming to be so short-staffed at locations?
North Carolina has had its population explode in the last 20 years. We have 2.3 million new people in the state on top of folks who are already here. Our staffing is about the same level as it was 20 years ago. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a math major to know that the math doesn't work out. So we need more staff, and we need more people to use our online services.
And do we have options for that? That's my follow-up question.
The options are that, well, I mean, if we want shorter lines and shorter wait times, then we need more staff. We can't have additional offices unless we have additional staff. So until then, we need to do what we can with the resources we have, and that is becoming a growing problem because the state is a growing state.
Well, I guess then what we're asking is, like, does that mean that the legislature has to provide more funding for you guys to do that?
Yes, that is a legislative branch decision, and we have been working closely to answer their questions and provide data to show that we desperately need more staff.
Okay. All right. We'll continue to follow up with that and see what happens with that. All right. In the meantime, this person says, I tried to schedule an appointment at the Asheboro DMV, but the calendar only provides up to January 2025. Why is that?
According to state law, you can renew your license up to 6 months in advance prior to its expiration date. The software we use for customers allows you to schedule your appointment 90 days in advance. So every night there's a new day added to the calendar, so you have to watch closely. It's like buying concert tickets. People get them very quickly. So that's why it is. You have 6 months you can renew early. But if you do it online, you can sign up for an appointment 90 days or 3 months in advance.
Okay. If an elderly person needs to come in for a state ID, but they're unable to get an appointment, is it okay for them to walk in and be taken when time is available?
If we know in advance that someone has, either due to age or infirmity or some sort of physical impairment, we know in advance we can help folks get the services they need. We also have a special program that provides services, DMV services, to folks who are homebound. But we encourage folks in advance or when they get there to let the manager know, and we will help them so they don't have to wait in line and have any type of difficulty getting the DMV services.
How would they be able to tell you in advance? Because you can't really call your DMV location, right?
You can't call the local office, but we have our call centers which handle calls, millions of calls every year. So contact DMV through the phone number that's on the website, or go to myncdmv.gov and contact us that way.
Okay, gotcha. All right. What documents do I need to get a real ID? I have a North Carolina license now.
Well, what you need is basically the same documents that you have. You have your license, and if you go to ncrealid.gov, it'll list optional documents you can bring. But if you already have your active driver license, and if you have a valid U.S. passport, then that pretty much does it. But a lot of folks don't have a U.S. passport, so I would encourage you to go to the list of available documents or eligible documents at ncrealid.gov, and they typically include either your birth certificate, something that shows what your residence is. It may include your marriage certificate, but there's a long list of optional documents you can bring. To get the real ID, just requires one extra document that you usually don't bring. So to go to ncrealid.gov and find out which documents that you have that you can bring to get that credential.
Right, because there's, like you said, there's that whole list. So he wants to give you, as many options as possible. And again, you only have to bring one extra piece of ID. All right, this person's asking, if you have old plates, why do you need to turn them into the DMV? I know a lot of people like to put them on their garage doors and whatever else.
Yeah, and I've seen these plates on sides of barns. I've seen them, people frame them, all sorts of things. But technically, the plate belongs to the state of North Carolina. So when you're no longer using that plate, you're supposed to give it back to the owner, which is the state of North Carolina. And if you're switching out plates, getting new plates, you swap it out too. So technically, you're supposed to turn it back in.
Technically. Okay.
Technically.
Okay, that's the way we're going to end that one. All right, we got a whole bunch more questions. We want to make sure we get your question answered as well. 336-379-5775. We're going to take a quick break and check in with the forecast.